living with vascular cognitive impairment, also known as VCI.
Don't quit, because it's not the end. It's the beginning of a new chapter. It's just learning to do things differently. We can all do things. We just maybe don't do them the way we used to.
Those living with vascular cognitive impairment, or its most advanced form, vascular dementia, often see meaningful improvements when they make lifestyle adjustments, implement everyday coping strategies, and have support from their communities. In this video, we'll discuss living with vascular cognitive impairment and dementia. One of the most incredible things about the brain is its remarkable ability to adapt and overcome damage. This ability is called cognitive reserve.
Cognitive reserve is important because it explains why we can have two patients with the same stroke on the scan, and one of them has memory problems in VCI, and the other one has a brain that's still functioning well.
Scientists aren't completely sure why some brains have higher cognitive reserve, but one idea is they have more connections in them.
Yeah, the more densely connected brain has better resilience because even if part of the brain is damaged and some of the connections are lost, new pathways can either develop or be accessed to get around those blocked or damaged pathways.
Lifelong learners who exercise their brains tend to have more cognitive reserve. Reading books, playing games, crafting, volunteering, and social activities with friends can all help build cognitive reserve. Even for older adults who are at high risk of vascular cognitive impairment, research shows that cognitively stimulating activities combined with a healthy diet and regular exercise can preserve or improve cognitive function.
I exercised, I trained my brain, retrained. I did solitaire, but when I do solitaire, I do it as fast as I can. Because of all the things that I trained myself doing and problem solving and everything else, as my neurologist says, I probably created a new pathway because I don't need help. I do everything myself. I live alone. I cook myself. I do my shopping.
There are many aspects of daily life that you'll need to consider in the context of a vascular cognitive impairment diagnosis. Everything from driving and safely getting around the house to how you manage your finances.
It's also important to understand the severity of the symptoms and their impact on daily function. There are things we can do to provide help. That might include consulting other specialists like a physical therapist or occupational therapist to maximize people's function, either physical function or mental function, to help them do the things that they like to do. In many jurisdictions, there may be services that offer community services like home care services.
Physical therapists can help build strength, improve balance, and increase mobility. Occupational therapists focus on strategies to perform daily tasks and activities to maintain independence.
In Sioux Lookout, there was, this really incredible seniors mental health program that was run, and then the social worker would come and visit mom once a week. It was incredible.
Physicians may not always cover strategies for navigating everyday tasks. So asking to see an occupational therapist or to connect with community resources can be helpful. You may also need to do some work on your own to find creative solutions that work for you.
Everything is so focused on the cure. Let's get it's like the golden ticket, we want the cure. But between now and whenever that day happens, there are thousands of people in this country who need to eat breakfast, who need to get dressed.
I couldn't cook anymore because I couldn't follow the recipes. I'd forget where I was. And it's actually my husband that I have to credit for. I full on cook again and I bake. I do all that again. So exercising my brain has created the pathways, and because he had the patience to help me with the parts I was struggling with, and he still does. If I'm in the kitchen cooking, he's in the background doing the dishes, peeling the vegetables, or whatever I need done, so that I can just focus on that piece that I have to do. And it has empowered me to do those things again. So, a huge benefit for my life. Yeah, exercising your brain and finding ways to do things, just doing them differently instead of not doing them at all.
One of the most difficult aspects of living with cognitive issues and dementia is the stigma that comes along with these conditions. Stigma is not your fault, and everyone has a role to play in reducing it. People we spoke with found a positive turning point when they connected with others navigating the same challenges. Consider reaching out to the Alzheimer's Society of Canada, the Heart and Stroke Foundation of Canada, or Dementia Alliance International. We've put the websites for each on screen.
For people who have the illness, to connect to others who can truly understand the challenges, what it feels like, the frustrations of trying to make people understand what's happening to you, when you can share that, it all of a sudden isn't such a big load to carry. That's the biggest thing.
In addition to meeting others with similar experiences, trusted friends and family members can provide valuable support. If you want to support someone close to you, first, ask them for permission and discuss which aspects they would like help with.
Throughout like the first few years, and it kind of evolved, our rules were Mom was the decision maker, and we would not lie to Mom. My brother and I would not lie to Mom. We would not lie to her about anything to do with her health. And that when Mom went to medical appointments, it was to make sure that the medical professionals were speaking to her and engaging her and not looking at us, which a lot of people did.
Not everyone has someone close to them who is willing and able to fully step into the role of a care partner. And that's okay. It's a significant undertaking, and those who can't make that kind of commitment can still provide valuable emotional support. If you are supporting someone close to you, it's important to take care of yourself first, so you are then able to take care of others.
All of a sudden, when I was looking after him, I had to look after him night and day, and I didn't know how to do that. I wasn't prepared because of my lack of knowledge about this disease. I didn't know how to handle it.
Planning for the future is one of the most important steps. Have a conversation with those close to you, taking into account your values, beliefs, and boundaries.
Your journey with VCI is going to be highly personal for you, but there are also going to be many others that are in that journey with you because they care about you and because they live with you and because you love them and they love you. And it helps for everybody that's on that journey with you to have a clear understanding about what's important for you, what matters most to you, and what activities in your life are most important for you to keep going in your independence.
Talk about it. Speak to a lawyer about it. Speak to doctors about it. Speak to professionals about it so that your family knows going forward what it is that you want, and it's not what they do with your life after you've received this diagnosis.
Most people with VCI can live at home in the community, either by themselves or with the support of family and friends, but sometimes that's not possible. If there are simply too many difficulties with function, in that case, someone might transition to live in an assisted living facility or a long-term care facility where there can be professional health staff and professional health aides to provide that level of support.
Always returning to the values you discussed can help inform tough decisions, like if or when to make the transition to long-term care. The Alzheimer's Society of Canada has resources available to help make this decision and information on other forms of support. We just covered the concept of cognitive reserve, which is the brain's resilience to damage, and the benefits of keeping your mind active. Some of the changes you might experience in everyday life and resources to help navigate these. The benefits of connecting with community organizations, the importance of having continued open conversations with those close to you, focused on your values, goals, and wishes.
You know you're going to have difficulties, you know you're going to have problems. You just have to be persistent and take your time. Those sort of things give hope that you can live a normal life and you can still make a contribution to society.
The first video in this series covers what vascular cognitive impairment is and how it relates to vascular dementia. In the second video, we discuss the process of getting a diagnosis and navigating the healthcare system with these conditions.